He's just said 5-4. I'm just ignoring him. Welcome back to welcome back to week 4 of the William Morris Lapbook build.
Yes, it is. It's a bit of a long one.
It is. So week 4. Today we're going to do the right hand side bare bones using the craft card or any other craft card you have in your stash.
Yes, so this is last week's where you've decorated the left hand side. This is the skeleton for the right hand side, and then next week we're decorating what you do today.
And then the week after we're doing ephemera and making the whole thing up. Yay! Before I forget, I hope you had a nice festive season.
You're going to say holiday then?
I was going to say holiday, yes. You had a nice festive season. Hope you didn't drink too much, eat too much chocolate. We did none of those, of course.
Not much.
That's why we're filming from the shoulders up, because we both look like Teletubbies. Look it up. So without more ado, let's go overhead and get cracking. Okay, so let's have... Ooh, where did that come from? Okay. Let's have a quick recap what we did last time. Last time we did the left-hand side of the journal. We'd previously done the carcass, and last time we put all the prints in to get ready for finishing. So that side is done. So that was the easy-ish side. I think none of you had any problem with that.
Easy peasy bits.
Easy peasy bits. So this time we're going to make the other side. And the other side is the one with all the different fold outs and flaps and things, but this is not complicated. We've done the other side, so that was a nice warm up for this. So today you're going to need the following: a pen skill or a pen, whatever you prefer, some adhesive or double-sided tape. I'm using this construction tape because it will stick anything to anything, including me, to the board. I think the boys have just come in.
Well, Bentley's just come in wanting to play, so I'll just sit behind you.
Okay, bone folder. I've got 2 rulers. I've got a little one for measuring little bits and a big one for measuring big bits. I've got a metal ruler, so I'm going to use a scalpel. Try not to use scalpels on plastic rulers if they've got no metal edge, because all it's going to do is ruin your ruler, skip off and slice the edges of your fingers, and that's not really what you want.
No, right. I apologise for the crinkly noses.
It's toys from Christmas.
Yes, Bentley got is it a no or a gong?
It looks like Santa. They both got one, didn't they?
Yeah, but there's like a crinkly bag inside it, and they both adore
Oh,
them.
they do.
They're ever so noisy.
So we've got 2, 4, 6 sheets of the craft card. So that's what I'm going to use for my base. Other cardstocks are just as good. It must be a decent weight.
Yeah, and where do you get that card from again?
This card is available on my website. Thank you, Mike. It's a different colour on the other side, which makes it a lot easier for you to see what I'm doing. Plus, it gives a little bit of a contrast when you make pockets, etc.
Yeah.
So it's not all the same.
Because the comments from ladies and gents that have seen the videos previously have said it makes sense to have one that's different coloured on both sides, because you can tell which parts fold over to which part.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot easier to follow.
Yeah, and that's brilliant, because some people use white and you're really quite stuffed, aren't you, really?
Well, sometimes if it's it kind of blends, doesn't it? But
It
if you've
does.
got contrast, it can sometimes help.
So right,
so like Ian says, it's available on his website.
It
Link
is.
in the description below.
It is. I'm just consulting my one that I made earlier, which I'll put there, because I've done all my measurements previously, so I don't look daft. Or as daft.
Don't forget. Oh no, that's fine. That comes later, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Okay, so
I'm jumping the gun.
he is. So first of all, we want a piece which measures 205 millimeters or and 175 millimeters across. So I'll just cut it first in millimeters, then I'll give you the US size. So 175 across, 175, 175. I'll just trim that off. You can hear it sounds like Smiths unwrapping parcels, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
But Nipper loves this. Is it Nipper or Bentley?
Bentley, that's crinkling.
Oh.
Nips in his bed back to sleep.
Oh, bless.
Well, trying to sleep because of the crinkly noises.
Yeah. And then 205 down. Like that.
Just as an aside and off camera, what's that measurement for?
That was something for me to sort out.
Oh, okay, so not relevant.
No, not relevant, no.
So we won't mention it then.
No. No, I think those were
It's not relevant. It's not relevant, just carry on.
They're the paper sizes that sit within there. So yeah, so we're going to use this piece that way up. So we're going to have the buff side to the bottom. Okay, so that's number one. So that is 205 millimeters by 175, and in inches it is just under 7. It's 6 7/8, I think. Yep, and height wise it is 8 inches high. So that's the US measurements. So we've got the first piece, that's the base piece that is going to have everything flapping from it.
You mean imperial?
Yes, imperial, yeah, sorry, yeah. Okay, next we need another piece, and we're going to use that piece the similar way around, i.e. that's going to be facing us out. So we need our flap for our, to go underneath the piece there, which gives us the, I'll turn it over so you can see. So there is, that's the flap there. So I'm going to make that 15 mils. We discussed this last time, didn't we? Do you remember?
Oh yes.
So 15 mils flap.
For your
Adhesive to go on.
yes.
So 15 mils is that.
He's a funny monkey.
Bentley.
Playing with toys he doesn't normally play with.
I think it's because Nipper's been playing with them.
Oh.
Feeling left out, bless him. Don't know why. I'll just put a score down there. And then we'll just roll it round. And just commit your crease. Our friend Susie used to say that, didn't she? And commit your crease. Okay, and then we need 5 millimeter, and this is going to be so we can roll the pages in on themselves, because if not, we're going to get a lot of bulk.
You're creating, we'll use the word gusset again.
Yes.
Capacity for all the layers that are going to go on the inside.
That's right,
So,
including all the pockets, etc.
yeah, so 5 mil, or if you're using imperial, just use 1/4 of an inch.
1/4 of an inch. Yeah, 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, something like that. It doesn't matter, as long as you keep your measurements the same while you're doing it, you can make it however deep you want
Yeah,
it
I
to
don't
be.
think 1/8 of an inch would be big enough.
I don't think it will be after I'd said it. I realised I shouldn't have said it, sorry. Okay, so we're just going to do that now, the second one. So that's going to give us our gusset, and then we're just going to pull and roll that piece over there. So keep that there, just lift it up and roll it, and it will roll over.
Sorry, out the chair.
Yeah. So now we have our fold again, as last time. Okay, so this one wants to measure, just double check my measurements. This one is 205 high. So we'll measure 205 from that fold, of course, from the crease. So 205 is that.
So I was shooing Bentley out the back bedroom, and I've just made the bed in there.
Oh,
I
fair
was
enough.
eyeing it suspiciously, like he was going to try and climb in.
There we go. So just measure that again. So that is.
Feeling a bit like a shepherd this morning.
Are you? Are you really?
Yes.
And that's 205 as well. So we'll just cut across there.
Herding cats.
Yes. Yes.
Instead
That's,
of dogs.
yes, indeed. Let's make sure we have done it square. We have. Oh, look at that. Perfect. That just tells us we've got it perfect. This is the waist, but it tells us that our line is perfect. So it's still too wide, because we now need to trim it, because that is going to sit behind there like that. So we're going to trim this to 175 high. Well, sorry, wide. I find it easier to trim it once we've creased it.
Yeah. So if you are doing it all in inches, remember 175 is almost 7 inches, so just do it at 7 inches.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It's almost 7 inches.
And the height that Ian was mentioning
That
was
is, it's. I would make it 8 inches. Yeah.
So 7 by 8. Basically.
Yeah. Stick to the measurements you've used on the previous
Round it
ones.
up and down.
Yeah. There's plenty of space where the prints go to be able to make it a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller
We've kind of tried to make the measurements easy
for everyone.
to fit, basically.
Okay, so we've made one of those. We actually need 2 of these. So I will go ahead and make the second one, and I'll join you back in a second. And there we go. So I'll just finish the second one. So
Was that identical to the first?
absolutely.
Yeah, the exact same measurements again.
Exact same measurements. So it's 175 wide, 205 high, 5mm gusset or gutter, whichever you prefer, and 15mm flap on the
I
back.
like the word gutter better. Why didn't we think of that before?
Yeah.
It's not quite as evocative, is it?
Kate doesn't like the word gusset, does
No,
she?
she doesn't. So gutter, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Right, we'll use gutter in
We'll use gutter. So we have two of those the same. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put those to one side. I know it seems complicated and there's bits of paper all over, but it's not. So we've done those. Now we need to make the flap, and the flap that goes on this side. So this is the folding one. So again, we're going to have 15mm to start, which is underneath there.
Blue flap.
Blue flap, a 5, and then we're going to have, I think,
Did you not write it on the back?
yeah, it's a 170, a 175 again. So we'll do that and then we'll talk about that in a minute. Put that to one side. The camera just moved, so you may see the picture jump a little. Technology is awful. So we'll get another sheet of the craft card. Put that back over there.
It's that Bluetooth connection didn't connect.
Did
So
it
we can
not?
straighten it up a little bit.
Oh yes.
Is that better?
That's much better, Mike. Thank you very much. So this needs to be 205 high because it has to fit at the side of this one. So that's the middle piece, and this is the piece that's going to fold and flap in.
Right.
So 205 high, which we'll do first. It's often easier to cut. When you've finished, it's often easier to cut it, but I find it easier to do it when you're doing the side flaps to cut it first. Don't ask me why. Why, Ian, he says.
Well, I know why. Because once you've actually cut it to size, you don't have to worry about cutting it once it's all connected.
That's right. Okay.
Because it might be a bit more difficult and bigger,
Yeah.
more bulkier and unwieldy.
Unwieldy, that's the word. So again, remember we need to put our flap on for our glue. So 15mm flap for the glue.
Or half an inch.
Yeah, our gutter, not a gusset. And then I'll just fold those, as I said before.
So 5 mils or a quarter of an inch
Yeah.
for your gutter.
Hey,
Must
so
be fair, the word.
I like the word gutter. Mind you, to be naughty.
Where my mind is most of the time.
In the gutter. So just crease down there. I had this for years. It's a recollections one, so it's a
We
Michael's
bought it on
one.
our first trip to America.
Oh, did
and our
we?
first time we ever went in Michael's.
So just fold
Because
that.
that's what we do when we go to America.
We
We
go
find
to
the
fresh-
nearest Michael's.
We like to look in Michael's Hobby Lobby. Okay, so then the second one can go there. Just crease down there. If your measurements are slightly out and it's not quite 5 mils, etc., it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Even when we went to South Beach in Miami,
Oh yeah,
we even found the nearest Michael's there, didn't we?
that was up at the
Aventura.
Aventura Mall, yeah. Okay, so we'll just persuade that across, and you'll see we've now got our folders we should have. Next we need to, I'll just do a quick measure off camera. I think it's, yeah, 175. I think I tried to make it very simple so even I could follow it. 175. 175. This gives us a fold in. It is actually going to be a pocket. But
Oh, right, okay, we've got another pocket.
yeah, that's the pocket that goes
Similar
there.
to the one that we did on the left hand side.
Exactly, it's a mirror image of it, and it has, well, I'll keep you waiting for that. It has something in it. Okay, so then we'll just fold that across.
And does that stay as is? There's no cutting on that.
No, this needs trimming, but I'm just going to fold it to make sure I've done it correctly. There's a little bit out in my measurement there, I think. But what's good about this particular card that I use, it's very, very forgiving. You get the measurements wrong, it doesn't matter. It soon makes it easy. So let's have a look. The flap is going to be 85 millimeters. So The flap is actually going to be a pocket, which is 85. So don't measure from there, cut. Measure from there and then open it out. 1 and 2. Before when I was making it, I thought, oh lovely, and cut it, and then I cut it off, so we had nothing. So don't forget, fold it back out on itself and then trim.
Yeah. So if you are working in inches, just do it at 3.5.
Yeah. It's not millimetre critical.
No.
Because the panels have plenty of board around them, as you saw from last time.
Regardless of whether you are doing it in imperial or metric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exact, is it? It
No.
will fit. You can adjust.
Yeah.
There is wiggle room.
There's quite a lot of wiggle room, as you saw when we took the other panels on. There's 10 millimetres all the way around, which is
Nearly half an inch.
Have a look on the back of my ruler. 10 millimetres is
Right about half an inch.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay, so that's that piece.
It's just slightly less than half an inch.
We now need to make these. These are the fold-out door type things.
Are all these bits wasted?
They are, Mike.
Right,
Sorry.
Okay, let me just get my arm in there. Let me create a bit of space and tidiness so that you're not getting anything confused.
Okay, so we're going to make some. We're going to make some flaps here. The flaps do not have capacity in them, so it's straight 15 millimeters or half an inch, and then they measure 87 millimeters wide. The reason that they don't touch is because if they touch and you have your measurements are slightly off, or when we stick them together, it's going to buckle. So I've gone for to make them 87 millimeters across. In fact, they're 85.
Yeah, I wouldn't make those 3.5. I'd make them 3.25.
Yeah,
if you were doing inches.
I think I'm going to make them 85 mils for me.
Just because if you did them 3.5, they'll probably touch. And you don't want that. So if you do 3.25, there will be a bit of a gap.
Absolutely, Mike. So yeah, so as we say, 85 for those. So one of the other pieces of card. So the side we're going to use this time, we're actually going to fold in the nice buff coloured side.
Lovely.
So let's start at the beginning. As Julie Andrews says, it's a very good place to start. Well, the musicals are available. So 15 millimeters from the edge. No gutter this time. No gutter this time. We don't need one, which makes it a little bit easier to do. So just crease between the points. What I like about this card is that the weight is so good. It takes the creases so well.
Did we actually say what the weight of the card was?
We did on the previous video, yes.
Can you remember what it was?
I think it's 2.
Is it on your website?
It is on my website, right, funnily enough, yeah.
Let's just have a quick look.
Okay, you'll go and look for that and I'll crack on with these. So then we've got the 15 and then we want 85 millimeters in, or 2.25 inches. 85. I'm just going to trim those. Where's the mark? Is that the mark there? That certainly looks like the mark. The problem with craft card, Mike, I think sometimes is it has little bits in it.
Right, okay. It's 280 GSM.
Yep.
Or £190.
Oh, that's a nice weight, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll just put that there. It's a nice weight. It's nice and but it's not too thick as to be difficult to crease. This is what I try to.
Yeah, we do have people. Some of this craft card that is a lot thicker.
Yeah, we do.
Which has been consigned to the top shelf because it's not really useful for doing anything like this with. It's useful for substrates for journal pages, which I'll be using in the new year.
Yes.
Quite a lot because I'm going to do a craft journal next year.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to be doing a craft grungy texture journal
next
year.
Nice.
I'll be doing a series of videos just on grunge and texture.
Ooh, look forward to that.
I'm going to. It's going to be called Get Grungy.
Get grungy. Yeah. Okay.
So that's already in the planning. So a sneak peek there.
Lovely.
That will be done on craft card. You can buy a craft journal from Dina Waker, but it's expensive.
It's a nice one, but it is
It
expensive.
is
As you
expensive.
said.
It's 25 quid.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I forgot to do before we did this is actually to trim them the other way. They have to be 205 high, and they're actually 210 at the moment. So silly me, I forgot to trim it.
That's all right.
So 205.
At least you remembered.
I did. 200. As long as you don't stick it in the journal, you're all right.
Yeah. Next year as well, I'm also going to do something which is going to be really, really difficult.
Which is
I'm going to try and do a butterfly ban.
a butterfly.
Ban.
What's a butterfly ban?
Not use any butterfly images.
Oh dear.
Which is going to be really difficult
Right.
because it's one of the staples, it's one of the tropes. It's an art journaling archetype.
Oh, is it?
Butterflies. So it'll be really difficult to do journaling throughout the year without using a single image of a butterfly. I might not even do it. I might have to substitute dragonflies.
Or bumblebees.
It'll be really difficult. So I may have to purchase some stamps of bumblebees and dragonflies. If I don't already have them.
This is true.
Right, so nearly there.
Yeah, I'll just trim this. Okay. Right, that's done as well. So that should be 205 millimeters high. And it is. Brilliant.
Lovely.
Everything's
Shall I
good.
get rid of the detritus?
Thank you, yeah. And then they want to be 85. That wants to be 85 wide. So we've now got 2 of these. We need 4. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scuttle ahead and make the other 2. Scuttle ahead and make the other 2.
Isn't that the name of a Benny Hill character?
Scuttle.
Ernest
Fred
Scuttle.
Fred Scuttle.
Fred Scuttle.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make the other 2 now. We've got 2 here. We need 4 in total. So I'll get those cut.
Just repeating the process.
Just repeating the process, and I'll be back in 2 shakes of a donkey's tail.
So, is that a nativity donkey?
No, because he's gone on holiday now.
Fair enough.
And then this is the very last one. So there we go. So now we have all the bits we're going to need for today.
There's a lot of rattling noises.
Sorry
making,
about that, yes. So we have 2 flaps there.
Right. Are we done with all the tools?
Not the knife, no, because I need to cut the glue.
Oh, excuse
Pardon
me.
you. The sticky tape, rather. So, let's make a step.
Just have a fly up my nose.
Okay, so we'll start by putting the long folding pockets onto. So this is the one that goes at the top, and this is the one that goes at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, doesn't actually make any difference at the moment because the flaps are obviously generic. There's nothing on them. So I need to pop some glue onto the side there. These actually glue onto the front.
All right. Does it matter if they go on the back?
It's easier if you put them on the front because you can
You can
line them up, yeah. And also the fact that they're the same colour as there, so you don't get any.
Right.
So they actually will disappear once you get the
Fair enough.
sticky icky
That's a
tape
good
on.
enough reason as any.
I think it is. Let's have a look.
Is this new, this one? This roll?
No. I bought this off the eBay. I ran out and I thought, oh, I need some more. And this arrived. It's absolutely wondrous tape, is this?
Lovely stuff.
Okay. One.
I've spent some of my Christmas money on a bit of a Temu haul.
Oh, have you?
Yes. I've gone and bought some stickers and bits and pieces. That
Oh,
I'm
for
going to
journal you're gonna make.
use. Yeah, I'm gonna see what it's like, what the quality's like. Just as a tester.
Well, we know that they're not particularly. What's the word I'm looking for? When you see things at a certain size,
Oh yeah, yeah.
they're very funny like that. 'Cause a friend of mine bought something off Temu and they thought it was huge. When it arrived, it must have been in a small baby's hand.
Yeah. In the photograph.
Yeah, so that's 3, and then 4. The reason I'm gluing these on first onto these panels is it makes life a lot easier when you can pick it up and move it round. Once it's stuck on to the other piece, you've got much more of a
Ungainly.
a wrestle on your hands.
Yes, ungainly.
Ungainly, that's the word. Thank you, Mike. So, don't worry if you're confused. We'll have a quick recap when we're finished of what they are, what the sizes are, etc. So there we are. Cut that one. That's that for now. So make sure it's all stuck on all right. 1 and 2. Okay. So
You've done all 4 of the
I have, Mike. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll put that to one side. That's the base center. We don't want that yet. Keep it that way up so we don't get ourselves mixed up. So what we need to do is we need to put these onto there.
Okay, so this could be top or bottom.
This can be top or bottom. They're the same both ways. So what I'll do is I'll just take the tape off. I'm going to turn it so it's the opposite way for me so I can actually see the edge. I would line the top edge up first, or the bottom edge, whichever.
The corners.
The corners, yeah, not where the crease is, because if you get too low, it's going to stick out. So onto there. With wet glue, you've got two goes at it. With this stuff, you've got 1 go, and that's it. So that now is stuck in. It's not too close because it can still fold.
Oh yeah.
The pocket in.
Yeah, lovely.
See?
Yeah.
So that's number 1. And we'll turn it that way for me so I can then see again. I'm sorry if it's difficult for you guys to see.
I'm sure they're getting it.
Okay. And then line up the corners. Line it part way down. And press down. See, now you've got your gap there, which is what you want. You don't want them to touch. If you make them touch, it's going to be quite problematic for you, just in case you're wrong, because the measurements will.
Yeah, if they're not exactly straight cuts, or it'll be more obvious.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're a little, I'm a millimetre out there, I think, but a millimetre doesn't matter.
You won't notice it.
You won't notice it. When all the panels go on, you'll not notice.
You would if they were touching at the top and not at the bottom.
Yes, you would. So that's number 1. So we do exactly the same thing again on this one. So we just need to get.
So it's mirrored top and bottom.
It is. So it makes life a lot easier. So line up your top left and your pocket. There we go, and push down. Again, we're not too close. We can still use the gutter. That's number 1. If you cut creasing slightly out, all you do, hold it and just and just run down the edge, and it will pull it towards the centre. But when you get the panels on, nobody is going to notice. Okay, and then the last one. So I'm going to line my edge there up with the edge there. I say when you're using glue, you can take it off, you can move it, you can do what you want. When I'm using this tape, it's on, and it's not going anywhere. And again, just line up and just run your bone folder down there. Like that.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's your top and your bottom done.
Yeah, you can still see, if you're a little bit, I've just noticed I'm a millimetre out there, and that millimetre means it's going to bang against the bottom. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim the merest fraction off there. You're not going to notice, but it just makes the whole thing a lot tidier.
Please allow for manual adjustments.
Yeah.
Manual measuring.
So we've now got 2 of these.
There.
We have
one of them,
and we have one of those. So let's put it all together. Sorry, mate.
Give me that rubbish there as I'm pushing it out of the way.
Okay, so first of all, we'll attach the top. It could be the bottom, it doesn't really matter at the moment. So that, you get one on each there and there.
Inside or outside, Ian?
It's going to go on the outside. So as you see, as it pushes on there, it's going to be invisible to see because it's going to disappear with the inside.
But just
just checking.
Your sample one.
Yeah, it goes behind.
It does go behind.
Yes, it does.
Does it matter if it goes in front?
No, but you're going to put some panels on.
All right, okay.
So it's up to you. I'm putting it behind because I can and because it looks a little bit better. If you feel happier putting it on the top, put it on the top. There we go. That's number one. I'll put the glue on both while I'm at it. On the tape on both. Number one and number two. I think this colour's glorious as well. It can work with anything.
What colour's that?
This
the craft.
Yeah.
Well, it's a neutral, isn't it?
Yeah. It looks suitably vintage as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to grunge, you can grunge it up. You can. If you want to grunge up before you start putting it together with your Tim Holtz's Strat going around the edges, feel free. I've not done it on this one, but if you like to grunge, go ahead.
Grunge to taste.
Grunge, yeah, grunge to taste. Okay. So I've put that one. I've actually put that on the wrong side. That should have the glue on there.
Well, that's okay because you can show them what it looks like.
Yeah.
On both.
It makes no difference, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we need to put that onto there. So we'll peel off there. Remember, you've got your crease just there. Don't stick over your crease. You'll see where it's wet, where you can see the glue strip there.
Very shiny.
So it's the same width. So just put it onto there.
Corner to corner.
Onto corner.
Yeah. Well, that can be a good exercise because you can show them what it looks like.
Absolutely.
Both ways then.
Now that falls on top and that covers
Lovely.
that, which is exactly what we want. That is perfect. Okay, so that's the top one done. A bit of a kink in it there. Okay, now
that's the card.
Now the bottom one. The bottom one, as I say, I've done the opposite way round. So with this one, I'm just going to lay that on there. And I'm just going to turn it all round.
With that pencil.
That's better. I'm going to put that onto there. So you see the crease again. So you want to stay away from the crease. So there. And there. Line them up so you can see there. Rub down and turn it over. See, the only difference now is you can see a little bit, well, it's actually practically invisible.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter whether you put it on the front or the back.
No, it doesn't.
There you go.
So
but it was a good exercise to show them the difference.
Oh yeah,
that it doesn't
absolutely.
matter.
So we've got those two, like that. Right, this is where we have to remember which way up it is. Okay. So we have the one at the top, the one at the bottom. We need to put the one at the side on as well. So that's it. That goes there.
And we're gluing this way.
We're going to stick it underneath.
Right.
Makes no difference, as you've just seen.
But that's what you want to do today.
That's what I want to do today.
So it's just preference, really.
Yeah. So I'm putting glue on there, so it sticks underneath. As you've just seen, it disappears. Absolutely disappears. The colour is amazing for that. And it's not just a camera. You can't see it. There you go. Right, what we must remember is we need to make our pocket.
So we're doing it now.
Yeah. So I'm using the slightly thinner tape. So we need to go around. Please, please, please do not do what I did when I made my first one and put the tape down all three sides. It's more of a thick piece of card than a pocket. So all you need to do is tape there.
Or glue.
Or glue. This card, by the way, will take the glue beautifully. I glued some bits yesterday. I was working on something and I used glossy accents. As you know, that's what I use as glue.
That's your go-to.
My go-to, yeah. There we go. Okay. So just fold over, make sure we're okay. Yeah, perfect. You see, top and bottom is perfect there.
Even if you do say so.
Even if I do say so myself. Okay. And we'll just push that onto there.
Lovely.
Like that. So we've now got a pocket. We will need, when we make the pocket up, to punch a slot in there, but we have enough to be able to put the little punch in and punch out.
I did actually get the punch out just in case you needed it.
We're only using the little punch.
Yeah.
So
is that an inch?
That's an inch, yeah.
Yeah.
So that will slide in there easy to do it, but we'll do that when we come to it. So just pop it down, and then this goes on the left. If you put it on the right, as long as you don't stick the panels on next time, you can just turn it all round.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But once you start sticking the panels on, that's when it becomes you're committed, yeah. So
if you accidentally stick it on the right hand side, you can just flip it round.
You can.
Before you've got your panels on.
At this stage you can, yeah. So I'm just going to pop Scoot's head. If you see my head, I'm sorry. I'll put my head there. Trying not to get my head in shot. And there we go. There we go. That's all done there. Just looks unwieldy, but it's not. Right, as I said before we started this, it looks complicating, but it's not. So you've got folds in there. Sorry, that folds in first. That folds in there, and that folds in there.
And because you've put those gutters in, you've actually created a kind of box envelope.
You have
all the way around.
Yeah. You don't need one there, obviously, because there's nothing there.
Well, no, that's where you folds don't all connect anyway. But you can see you've got that box kind of like envelope.
So you'll get in there, you'll get all your ephemera in there and all your prints for next time. So let's just recap what we've done today.
Yeah.
Okay, mate?
Yeah.
Okay, to start with, we got a piece of card and we trimmed it to 175 wide by 205 high.
But you can just do it 7 inches by 8 inches.
You can. We got our second piece of card, which is the base piece here.
I want you to pull it down so people can see.
Sorry.
That's it.
Which is the base. We did 2 of these, if you remember.
Yeah.
15mm flap.
Gutter.
No.
Yeah. Oh,
glue flap.
Glue flap, yeah.
5mm gutter.
Yeah.
And then 185 high. Just double check. I'm sure it's 185 high. No, it's 205 high. Silly me. Yep, 205. Yep.
So again, 8 inches.
I do apologise. 8 inches high. We made 2 of those. We then made 4 flaps.
Same height again.
Same height.
So 8 inches or 205mm.
And they're 87mm wide.
Or 3.5 you can get away with.
87? Yeah.
Or is it 3 1/4?
It's actually...
We said 3 1/4, didn't we?
So you can get away with 3 1/4. You could actually get away with 3 1/2, but it would be tight.
Which we
so
don't
just
want.
a little bit off that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do it. If you do them 3 1/2 and they touch, just trim them.
Yeah. Okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
We've got 4 of those. We did 4 of those.
Yeah.
So we then stick 2 of these onto that one.
Can I just interject? So if you're a card maker, you're doing a gatefold.
Oh, technology.
No, just thought if you're a card maker, it makes it easy to understand.
Oh, I gatefold.
Doing a gatefold.
So we've stuck 2 of those on there. We've stuck them on the front, but as we saw, you can stick them on the back if you like. It makes no difference. So that's that one. We then did the second one.
Just upside down.
Just upside down.
Same measurements.
Exactly. Then we've done a fold out, a roll out on the side. It's called a roll out actually. So it's 15mm again underneath there, which gives you your glue flap, which you can see there.
Yeah.
5mm gutter.
Or 1/4 inch.
Yeah. And then it is I think it's 175 wide. And then we put a crease in it.
Yeah.
And we then roll it back on itself to 85 mils.
Did you 3.5 inches again?
Yeah. And then we put some tape down the top and the bottom.
To create a pocket.
Please do not put tape on there.
A posh.
A pochette. We'll be punching a little finger tab in there next time. So you've now got the bones.
Your bare bones.
Your bare bones. So just pass that back, the old one from last time. Okay. So we have...
That's the left-hand side.
Left-hand side.
We'll just get rid of that rubbish.
A lady asked me last time, don't know where they go. There, so that goes there. There is a join piece in there, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. And then this piece sits in there like that. So it opens out like that, and like that.
There you go.
So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. as we've said before, the paper to download are on Mike's website.
The craft paper, there's a link below the video for the craft paper on your website.
There is.
The digi-download for the actual printed pattern pieces.
For both left and right, plus the ephemera.
Right, the actual printed physical ones are on your website.
The downloads are on Mike's.
Yes.
I know it's complicated, I'm sorry.
It's just that Ian's website can't do digi-downloads. So if you want the digi-download version of the print, to print out all the pattern panels, it's on my website. But again, there is a link below. But the actual physical ones are on Ian's.
They are, and you get, in the pack, you get all the paper to do the left and the right pieces, and then a separate download stroke paper pack is for all the ephemera to go inside. Okay, so I'll see you next week with all this made ready, and it's exciting next week because it's the big sticky on week.
But not the final construction.
Not the final construction. That's the week after, when we'll do the ephemera as well. So thanks for watching. I hope to give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to, please subscribe to by clicking the link at the end of this video.
That'll do. Yeah, that's near enough.
And that's it. So bye-bye for now. And before we forget, Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes.
Because it's on its way.
Yep, it's just round the corner. 2024 is just round the corner.
Lots of love from all four of us, and we'll see you in the new year. The Friday, of course. See you later. Bye.
Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.